2020, the age of awakening. We know it's happening for all of us. So as I've described in the previous other videos to this little series that's going out today, our next Ambassador of Light meeting is going to be on January 11th. That's next Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That would be 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are interested in hearing what some of the other ambassadors of light are doing now as they take their positions, you can take your position as soon as you're ready to stand in your light in your city. I'll just brief it with that. So what ended up happening, if you went to the 2020 Visioning event in Asheville, North Carolina, hosted by John Springer and his team and Kathy and those amazing people. Well, John Springer is already an ambassador for Spiritually Awakening World. One of the first ambassadors that said, yes, I will stand here and hold the light and hold the space with others who want to come to the region around Atlanta, and we will begin to do things as ambassadors of light. That night, 7 of us got together. They asked me first. They said, okay, because I asked. I said, so what are your gifts? We were sitting at a table around 7 people. And just draw a little table up here. It was a little oblong table like that. I was sitting here. There was a gentleman here, here, and here. So as I went around the table, I was like, okay, you guys, we've been through this amazing day. We know we are ready to live in our light and transform this planet into the 5th dimensional earth, into heaven on earth, that we believe, that we all know inside comes from within, that work we do with spirit that comes from within. So I said, who would share with me your gifts for what we're doing, what we're being led to do? And they're like, share yours. So I shared my gift, and basically I'll share that with you. What I feel like my gifts are from all of the work I've done, from the jobs I've had, to my spiritual work, to my inner growth work, to the amazing light workers and teachers and yogis and all those things throughout my life, all the places I have lived, communities I've lived in, the ones that worked for a while, the ones that are still working today, to the ones that taught us lessons and we had to move on and grow from. Amazing, amazing stuff. So those people now are showing up as Ambassador of Light in various cities. Right here we're looking, a lot of the people that came to this event were from Atlanta, Georgia. So all of these people right here that I'm going to share with you, I'm a little north of that in Tennessee, but we have people everywhere showing up. So what we're saying is it's time for you to stand up in your own city. And then this is what happens afterwards. Went to this first dude over here, amazing man. He is a language writer and dynamic governance model explainer, I guess. But basically, his gift, his archetype is to share with people how to do videos, how to write in language that people will understand, that is dynamic, that reaches a core with you every time you watch someone and you go, oh, that's something I know how to do, or that's something I want to do. Thank you for that piece of information. We are all just sharing the information we're giving, and it's transparent because we know this isn't about us anymore. It's not that world where we learn, oh, I'm doing this for me. Oh, what are you going to grow up and be so you can make so much money so you can have this house and you can do this, and then I'm going to keep it all for myself in this area. That's not the way God works. Look at any of your spiritual structures. It's about giving. It's about service. Yes, shelter, food on your table, that comes from God, just like it's given to the birds. But we've taken it and used it in a different way. So as we talk to this first person, his archetype is a language writer. What a gift to any community to have someone who can also show what dynamic governance models look like and how to explain that so people understand this is no more a hierarchical way of we need a king or we need a president, because it's not true. God's inside us. When we work together, we have all of those things we need, and we know how to run community. We know what to do with it because we spent a lifetime doing it. This person right here, this lady right here is a land developer. Wow, sitting at our table, wanting to create community. She's already a land developer. She's spent her entire life learning how to look at land, buy land, look at the covenants, restrictions, county codes, state codes, everything that you would need in a community for your waste disposal, for your transformation of waste into clean water, for your sustainable food and gardens and things that keep people healthy, to create the safe spaces for your power from water, electric, solar, whatever each community is going to call in. But this lady is a land developer. She knows the land in multi areas around that. So, wow, what an archetype to have in our community. The next one, it was this gentleman that sat right up here. He's been a CFO and a CEO for major corporations in the United States, but he got sick of the greed. He got sick of going to a job he didn't want to go to every day because he knew he had more important things to do, and his consciousness is waking up. So his archetype is to lead the financial side of how we change the world and how we change our communities and how we work within our communities, doing the jobs we love. And we have healthy sheds over our house, healthy shelters. I call it a shed because some people start with a shed and build into a house, or whatever they do with tiny homes or small homes or large homes or whatever they have. So you look at this archetype. This is a transformed energy of the third dimension into someone who is ready now to do something for the planet. To, again, ultimately we will raise money through concerts, through our fundraisers. We're looking for people like we just did in that prayer a while ago. We're calling in our brothers, our sisters from the north, east, south, and west. My name is Bates Reed. What's your name? Who are you calling into your community so we can build sustainable, healthy communities so that as more and more world changes occur, people have to come away from the perimeters of the fire, of the ring of fire where the volcanoes and the earthquakes are happening everywhere, all around the earth now. They're going to be going to the centers of the country. And in that time, we need to build safe spaces because people are going to want to be where it's safe, where there's food, where there's not violence, where there's not crime, where they can serve their communities in love and share their gifts. And because they're sharing their gifts, they will buy into what we are shifting from third dimensional to fifth dimensional reality. The next one. Energy, dynamic understanding. In all these communities and as a whole, the archetypes that were the CFOs, the CEOs that know how to handle the money and the finances, come forth, please. We are ready for you. Maybe other land developers and families have land. Maybe they want to share that land and it becomes part of what we are building because it's not about them anymore. It's not about you. It's about what do we do to provide safe spaces in the world and loving communities and rebuild our consciousness of what the world is supposed to be. The next person that was sitting right here, she was a scientist and an etheric translator. She could take the science of the world. She's written a book. Manna is the main word in it. But all of this will be presented as you continue to watch Spiritually Awakening World. And as we build more of these communities, more of these people are going to show up right there next to you to assist you in building your community. You're going to call on us. We're going to call on others. And we'll do this together. But she can take those people that need solid proof, the scientific minded, so those that depend on proof will have it. And she can bridge the world into the ethericness of God's source, so they can understand it, so you can have the understanding and the power to be who you truly are. The next person that was sitting right here, her gift was a gift of connection and collaboration. She truly, my friends, is gifted. And people come to her and share what their gifts are. That's one of my gifts. And then what we do is we connect you to the next person and connect you to the next person that will fulfill your gift and fulfill their gift. So there's no competition. There's no need for it ever. It was a lie, my friends. That thing called competition that they taught us was to keep us in a third dimensional reality, not a fifth dimensional reality made of love. So as she takes her gift of connection and meets you and you and you, she will put you all together. And you will do dynamic things. As these communities come together, my experience has been with Community of Chi, is that you begin to live in the flow because all of these people that are showing up have something that serves a higher purpose than yourself. It serves humanity and it serves in love. So as we come together more, it feels like just miracle upon miracle are happening. That's what happens in the flow of community. And there's lots of people around us that have experienced, and there's lots of people that want it but have not experienced it yet. You will. The time and consciousness is here, and this is how we are going about it through Spiritually Awakening World. It's not run by me. It's run by all of us. The next person that showed up, the table right here, Timothy Young, he is my helpmate. He's the person that I've spent 2 years now going deep within to find my truth. And his gifts are sustainable structure implementation, locations, desires, needs. All forms of sustainability will be required in the communities. So if you know power, if you know food, if you know water, electric, how we get rid of how to transform waste into something positive, it's being done. Just like in Oman right now in the Middle East. I've mentioned it, but go look Oman, the city of Oman in the Middle East, sustainable community, and they have built an entire city from the multi-millions of dollars that they have gathered from their oil resources, which they're now giving back to the people. Compare that to what's going on in this country. There's a shift that's needed, and it's time. So, not only does Timothy talk about sustainable structure, but his real gift is to talk to Christians and people that have been hurt by religion and share with them where the error was in what they read in the Bible or what they listened to from a preacher. Trust no man. Trust your soul. Go within. Find the Christ within. He can share that with people that may be stuck in Christianity or have moved into another way of believing, but they threw the baby out with the bathwater. He has a power and a gift that is so strong, I have not run across it in my life until him. So if you're stuck in Christianity or you're stuck in a religion, these kind of people that show up, and this message is going far and wide around the world, whether you know it or not, but I believe you do. It's some of the people now watching these videos that don't understand that. So as we move past these hurdles, as the books like the Gene Keys come out, they assist us in not going into that shadow work so deep and so hard that it takes us years to get out, because there are no more years to get out. We are here to do our work now. We've been getting out an entire lifetime. Now it's time to wake up, and that's what we're doing, right? My brothers and sisters, that's what we're doing. And we're doing it in love, and we're here to serve, and we're here to love, and we will do anything because that's our calling from God's source, from the light, right? And then finally, calling. I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to call in all my brothers from the north, south, east, and west all over this world. Contact me. Become an ambassador of light. My name is Bates Reed. I live in Crossville, Tennessee. I invite you through this prayer. Every thought is a prayer. Every word is a prayer. I invite you to call in your brothers from the north, south, east, and west. Stand together as pods of light. Create events on a weekly basis. As easy as potlucks or getting together and going somewhere where you can communicate your gifts and your desires and your dreams in the light of God's source, not in ego. We must be discerning as well. There are people, there are energies out there that their job as demons, if you want to call them that, is to kill, steal, and destroy. If you don't believe me, go look in the world. Go look at the spiritual teachers and what they've taught us. It's not ours to get caught in it, but it's ours to discern who comes into our circles and into our communities, and if they're doing it for themselves, for self-serving purposes. Be discerning, my friends. I call upon you. I ask you for your love. I ask you to go out and serve your brothers. I go out and ask you to serve the world. And let's build the pods of light. It starts with connecting our cities, our towns, and our neighborhoods together. It starts with you being open enough to stand in the light and the power of who you are. That is today, not tomorrow. Give me a shout. Let's get involved. Let's call in all of the people with all of their gifts, and let's transform this planet. It is not too much. It is not too big. It is our calling as angels, as the light, as the workers. Thank you, guys. Really, okay. That's my talk. But I just want to say thank you for all of those that opened up over the holidays for me as we opened into 2020 into what is coming. You're blessed. You're loved, and in that divine guidance, we hold space for all of us. We know that God's source, the love, the light, our teachers, our forefathers, that we are, as we release old genetic codes that did not serve humanity or ourselves or our health or our love, that is all now released, and we stand